So how do we use these predefined methods? I think we mentioned it before, but we'll state it again. So if we want to use a predefined method, we need to make sure that we import the corresponding package and or the class. So for example, if we want to use the predefined methods from the scanner class, such as nextInt, hasNext, nextDouble, and so forth, we would use the line import java.util.star. And as we said before, any class that's in java.lang, such as the math class or the character class, those classes don't need to be imported. They're already given to us. Now, some methods have some special keywords that are in front of it. So for instance, a method could contain the word static in its heading. So these types of methods are called static methods. And if they don't, then they're called non-static methods. Yeah, original name, I know, but that is what they're called. A method could also have the word public in front of it. And we've seen at least one method that has both of these. Remember public, static, void, main? Yeah, so main is both public and static. The important property about having a public and static method is that we can call the method by using the name of the class, a dot, the name of the method, and then we can add the appropriate arguments. So for example, all the methods of the math class are both public and static. So just to give you an idea of the syntax, we would say math dot whatever method we have and then pass the arguments. So for example, we can do math.pal if we wanted to use the pal method. This is also true for the character class. So we can do something like character.isDigit and then pass some character variable as an argument. Now, if you don't like using the class name as part of your method call, there is a way to not have to do that. There's a way to avoid having to include the class name if we call a public and static method. Now, this approach only works in Java 5 and above. Most of you are probably using either Java 7 or Java 8, so you should be in good shape. But what we can do is include the following import statement. We can do import static and then our package name dot class name dot star. Now here when I say package name and class name, these are just placeholders for the actual package and the class names. So after we include this statement, we can just omit the class name whenever we're calling a method. So here's a simple example. So let's say I do import static java.lang.math.star. This means if I call the pal method, I don't need to do math.pal. I can just do pal and Java will recognize it just fine.